Hello and welcome to CX Today. My name is Kieran and this is the latest in our big CX update series. In this session, I'm delighted to be joined by Andrew McInnis, VP of Americas at Genesys. Andrew, thanks for joining us.
Thank you. Great to be here.
So yeah, it's an exciting time for Genesys. They had a very exciting acquisition in 2021, which has become such an essential project that you yourself are integral to. So why don't you go into some detail about the acquisition and how it shaped Genesys and the types of work you're working on at the moment?
Yeah, happy to do that. Thanks. So let me start with what our clients are really trying to achieve, what they're looking for in the market. So, really just about every senior leader that I talk to in an organization, whether that's a bank or a telco or a health payer or provider or a retailer, they're generally trying to do two things in parallel. One is they're trying to improve the customer experience, no surprise, right? And reap all the benefits that come with customer loyalty. And at the same time, they're trying to reduce cost by automating really routine experiences that customers generally would prefer to do in digital and self-service channels anyway, right? And those are not contrasting goals, right? Those are complementary goals, right? You can do both of those things in parallel and be quite successful. Less friction, less cost, better experience. Answering that call from the market, Genesys is increasingly becoming an experience orchestration company, right? So providing the data, providing the intelligence, the decisioning, the endpoints to manage experiences, not just in customer service, which is our origin, right? But also across marketing and sales, and certainly into service, which is still a big area of strength for us. One of the things that Genesys recognized as a need as they were becoming an experience orchestration company is just the ability to see what customers are doing across those channels over time, right? And that sounds very foundational, and it is, but the reality is most organizations just can't do it today, right? Because the data is in a bunch of different places. It's not connected at the customer level. Generally organizations are relying on very resource-constrained data science teams to try to pull that stuff together. And so as a result, most organizations just don't know where the friction is across those experiences, across those channels over time. And as a result, they just have these huge customer experience and cost-saving opportunities that they're just kind of leaving on the table. And so in December 2021, as you alluded to, Genesys made the decision to acquire a company called Pointillist, which I was a part of, which is a leader in customer journey analytics. And so we really came in to help fill in that piece of the product strategy, the product offering, right, in order to provide that visibility to leaders and organizations into where are their friction points that are bugging customers, right, and that are driving unnecessary service costs. And we've been able to eliminate a lot of that stuff for our customers. So it's a kind of an exciting time. And again, that's the foundation for experience orchestration, which is really what the company overall is, on a mission to deliver.
Fantastic. Yeah, that is really welcome. It's very comprehensive, but very, very concise at the same time. Yeah, thanks for diving into that in more detail. And the exciting part, the part of the big update is what does this hold for the future? Obviously, there's been so much change and so much innovation you guys have undergone over the last 18 months especially. Yeah. But what does the next 12 months hold and potentially beyond for the types of products that you'll be bringing to your customers and to your partners?
Yeah, absolutely. So, a couple of things. The journey analytics capability, as we talked about, came in through an acquisition. So that is increasingly becoming an integrated, embedded part of the Genesys Cloud platform, which is exciting for existing Genesys Cloud customers and for all those new organizations that we're bringing into the family here. So it's becoming just kind of a part of the way that we provide visibility into experiences, whether that's something as narrow as how are my customers moving through my IVR and into agent interactions, right? Which sounds very simple, but is hard to see for a lot of organizations, to something much broader, like how are people moving through my upstream digital and mobile interactions that may be managed by a completely different part of the organization into my contact center. And we're using that to make leaders more informed, make leaders smarter, and make businesses smarter, but also increasingly to make agents smarter. So we have some unique capabilities that already exist but are being enhanced inside the Genesys platform that really put that journey view in front of an agent. And we're increasingly using it to drive automated decisioning that doesn't really involve a person at all, except to the extent that the person is interacting with a customer, right? Taking advantage of all of that journey history that we have about an individual customer and using that to serve up the best possible experience for the end customer in a digital channel or as recommendations to an agent in an agent-assisted sort of channel. And again, that's all part of this idea of becoming an experience orchestration company. So there's a lot of cool stuff in that arena, using data to drive better experiences. The other big area, not surprisingly, where we're making a lot of investments is in AI, right? So using artificial intelligence to make that decisioning much better, right? And much faster and much more automated. Again, whether that's driving a digital interaction or a self-service interaction or an agent-assisted one, right? So those are the areas that we're making some big investments in right now that are, I think, pretty exciting for the clients that are working with the Genesys Cloud platform.
Yeah, definitely. It sounds an exciting time, and I guess with the investment in AI, that also fulfills the goal of not just improving the customer experience, but also helping agents and as well making like really smart decisions in the process.
Yeah, that's right.
I think that's all we've got time for today, but it's been a really enjoyable session. It's been a really good chat. So thank you to Andrew for being with us today.
Thank you. Really appreciate you having me.
And if you enjoyed this video, please give us a like and share on social media, and we'll see you next time. I've been Kieran Devlin of CX Today. Thanks for watching.